Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? So, hey, I wanted to keep you updated on what is going on in our business, both the buy and hold and the turning of slumlord properties into pride of ownership rentals. And really, this conversation is going to be about a bad day. So, I'm going to get you caught up on what is going on and really highlight how critical and risky appraisals are for both flippers and BRRRR projects. And this is one of the reasons I am so conservative and I look for multiple exits. So here's the story of the deal and kind of where we are and why, again, I have multiple exits. So in February, pre-health crisis, I went ahead and bought a house in the Tower District of Fresno that is highly sought after. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with a full 1-bedroom, 1-bath mother-in-law unit in the back. We bought that for $175,000. Our intention was to spend we wanted to spend less than 10 grand on repairs. We ended up spending 15. We wanted to get $1,500 in rent, and we did. And I wanted to conservatively sell this for $225. That was the plan in February. We were going to be in and out of this deal in less than 45 days. As you know, between that date and when we were looking to sell, we had this huge health event. And it was unknown. It was unknown what was going on. So what I did is I pulled all the projects off the for sale market and I just rented them. I am lucky enough to be in a situation where I cash flow these houses really well. And my plan was just to wait it out, see where real estate went, see where the business went. And, if the environment turned around, sell them. And if it didn't, I would just hold them long term. That was kind of my plan. Well, as you have evidently if you've followed my channel, you know that the real estate market for houses is flying off the shelf. 30% less inventory, clean properties are going one day, multiple offers. So what we did what is it? It's late July. So in middle of June, I brought this property to market. I didn't even raise the price. We expected to get 225 and February or March, the market has been hot. I probably could have raised prices, but that's not who I am. All right, we ran our business at 225. So it sold. It sold inside 24 hours to a first-time landlord. Again, great house, fully remodeled, leased at 1,500 on a street where houses routinely get close to 300 grand. So 225 was no problem. A house 6 doors down across the street, same block, is listed for 250, similar configurations, 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, 1 in the back, and not remodeled, right? So felt really good about the 225 number. Lo and behold, it takes a while for appraisals to happen today. You got to schedule the tenant to be out because the appraiser only wants to go in when it's vacant. So we do all of that. And lo and behold, the appraisal comes back at 190. Yes, 190. In a market that I know, that I ran comps as high as 235 in January, that now is approaching 250. The appraisal came in at 190. Huge shocker, right? I have now since gotten a copy of the appraisal. Basically, what happened is the appraiser valued the front house alone, gave no value to the back house, and most importantly, in my opinion, did not bother to do an income-approached appraisal. So he basically evaluated a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house at 190 that, oh, by the way, would rent for about 1,000. Gave zero value to the full 1-bedroom, 1-bath that's fully rented in the back, and then was lazy enough not to do an income approach, which would have drastically raised the value. So a couple of things. If this was a BRRRR project and I had hard money where I needed the 225 appraisal, I would be stuck. You could do what I'm doing now, is offer to pay for a second appraisal. But at this point, the bank is hesitant, the buyer is a little hesitant, and they're not sure they want to allow that. So this deal may blow up. But that said, it doesn't hurt myself specifically, because I can again keep it as a rental. That's what, that was my worst case scenario. Again, rented at 1,500. The mortgage as it sits is about 700. So it cash flows fine. But I wanted you to know that even though I know my market, I know towers specifically really well, you can still have an appraisal that comes in ridiculously low, especially when it's an odd configuration that a typical house appraiser is not familiar with. So this is what we're doing. One is we are trying to communicate with the appraiser and let him know that we thought he made a mistake. We've had a couple of conversations and that has not gone well. He's being pretty adamant that he should just value the front house. We asked him why he did not do an income approach, and he said it was not required by the bank, which again, I believe is a mistake. I think that's a mistake. I've never seen any of my properties get appraised without income approach. So I think that's just utter laziness or maybe lack of skill. I'm not sure which. We are communicating with the lender specifically to let them know that we are not satisfied with this appraiser. We think they've missed things and that we would like a second chance. And we, the sellers, are willing to pay for a second appraisal. We have had several conversations with the buyer and educated them with specifics in why we think this is bad. So that's where we are. We need to spin our wheels and see if we can get a second appraisal. But if not, if the bank says no, too risky, or the buyer backs out, this deal could blow up. And again, the reason I wanted to share this is things aren't always great in my business. Things fall apart. I get surprised just like everyone else. This was a deal that I'd been counting on to close in July that now I'm going to have significant capital tied up in. That's not great. Don't get me wrong. It's not horrible, but it's not great. So again, I wanted to talk to you and share with you that even I, after 20 years and now over 50 flips, can still be stung by this surprise of a bad appraisal. A lot of you that I've spoken with on BRRRR projects, when you're doing your cash out refi on a, on something you own, you're getting surprised by low appraisals. So I know what it feels like. I know it can hurt. You can battle it, you can fight it. There is a process, but realize sometimes you got to start over. So if this deal falls through, what I probably will do is keep it off the market for another couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and probably look to sell it in September or October, because the market is hot, it's flying, and I don't want to risk going through this again. So again, stung by a bad appraisal. It happens to me. I tell you to learn your market. I did all my prep work. I've since double checked it. I double checked it over the weekend and feel really, really good that 225 is an awesome number. I probably could even list it at 235. But it doesn't matter what I think. I'm not the licensed paid resource or appraiser, and I'm certainly not the one the bank hired and now has a 37-page report that says it's only worth 190. So not all rainbows and unicorns in this business. And even with experience comes challenges. So pick yourself up, go to plan B, just keep moving forward. So I just thought I'd share that real life story with you, something I'm battling right now. It's not fun, but hey, we've all got to do it. There are bigger problems in the world. All right, everybody, take care of yourself. Thanks.